All right, welcome everybody to the Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race. My name is Magic Friends, and I'm here with the venerated Jiggly Saint.
I'm doing this twice this week.
Ooh.
If you consider last Thursday to be part of this week, which it's not, but anyway, this is what I do instead of racing because I'm terrible at racing.
Yeah, this is what I do so that I could get to see the ending. So today we have Chest Jerk, Panzer Dave, Fury SK, and Psytown racing with us. And Jiggly, what are we going to be racing?
Well, we have Panzer Dave and we have Fury SK, and that can only mean one thing.
Do we get any pointy things? No pointy things?
Well, the arrows are pointy.
That's true. We need those.
Yep. But unfortunately, Ganon, it is a little resistant to the other pointy thing. We're going to need a big to bash him in the head because there are absolutely no swords.
Yes, today we are doing the Swiss from the All Boards No Swords tournament that was run last year. And I don't remember who won that.
I think it was Fury SK.
Oh, great. So we've got our winner on stream, and ooh, ugly start. I hate it when we start up at White Sword location, but at least we get a candle to go.
Yeah, this is a bad spot. Yeah, that candle, of course, there not being any sword, they will be able to start with a free candle. So on top of having to find a wand, they obviously need to complete all of the dungeons, hence all boards. So the first thing they got to do is they got to look around. Oh my god, we've got Wizrobes on the overworld.
That is an ugly screen for Wizrobes. There's not much place to get away.
You have no choice but to go in that direction. You can't back up into the Lost Woods, or should I say the Lost Hills? The Lost Something. Speaking of Lost Something, Fury SK going straight for the level 5 location, and is rewarded with the P-Hat has an upgrade close to start. So we do know that there is a bomb upgrade, which replaces one of the wooden sword, or should I say the white sword. And that's close to start, which means that's going to be down by where you originally start the game, in vanilla. And we got a 17 small secret. So that's pretty decent. So now, the most important thing now is that the runners are going to be prioritizing those Armos because there is one free Armos item underneath, and it could be a very important item. But as we see here, there is nothing at the Armos statue up here on the grave. Ooh, Panzer Dave taking a death. And it looks like we have Cave 2 on Chest Jerk's side. I'm not quite sure where we found that. Ooh, we got an assault of bunnies. Which leads us into some of the oddities of the All Boards No Swords. Those rabbits, they are going to be unaffected by anything except for arrows or the tip of the wand.
Right, so a lot of the enemies are just going to be difficult to deal with. Dark Nuts are going to have to get bombed until we find the wand. Like you said, bunnies do not like anything but the tip of the wand or the arrows. Wizrobes only like bombs, so that's even more miserable. We found that down near level 1 is that White Sword location, just the burn bush, the very first burn bush in Burn Rose. So once we get a couple hearts, we can at least fill up there. That's a good spot for that because bombs are going to be very necessary to kill those Wizrobes and stuff just to get out of the overworld.
It appears as if Fury SK has found something on that particular Armos screen. I do not know what it was. It definitely wasn't a heart piece. Or heart container. We're probably going to see this on Psytown's side. Or not.
Oh, we've got Panzer Dave found level 5. So we got our first nice pale blue dungeon and a bunch of wizards.
Ladder blocked.
Ooh, gonna do a clip to get that key. Hot clip by Dave.
Oh, and look at that Fury SK gambling and getting plus 23 rupees. Can he do it again? No, minus 19. But plus 56 is one of the potential prizes. Oh, he gets dinged with a minus 46.
And that game's over.
Meanwhile, we've got Panzer Dave here clipping into the diamond staircase.
Yeah, those clips are difficult because you only get one shot with that blue candle to actually make the clip work. Otherwise, you've got to do a more standardized clip with the alternate direction key, and that's a lot harder when you've got enemies bearing down on you.
Donga dwells by a lake, and we do see here that we have a level 1 down here. That's
right near start at the potion shop.
There's some free bombs for Dave, but he's going to ignore them at the moment. He's going to grab... What was that he just obtained?
That was just a key off the ground. So
okay, it was just a key off the ground. Okay, I was wondering maybe it's like a boat or something. But no.
Sure. Fury found the letter way down in the bottom left-hand corner. So, but he's got to watch his life total. With all these wizards around, you can get caught real quick being a half a heart.
Now, it is worth noting that because we have wizards in the overworld, they won't appear in the underworld, and that's actually a very good thing. Because, as you know, wizards will only be able to be defeated by bombs in the seed.
Yes. So we're not going to get wizard blocked out of like an item room or a staircase that we need.
Now, speaking of bombs, we do have a bomb upgrade here at literally the start. Just need a few more heart containers and it'll be a +2 bombs.
Now, Chest Jerk's up in 3 as well. So we got a lot of early dungeons here. There's 3 dungeons already very quick. And he finds another pack of bombs, but he's not going to pick that up because he's got to conserve those as one of his primary weapons right now.
Mm-hmm.
A couple things we're really looking for with all boards and their swords, if you haven't joined us before, is we want a permanent weapon. And since we don't have a sword, a lot of times that can be something as unique as, well, that's a book. We don't need that, Dave. Book in 5 is not what you're looking for when you dig out that deep into a dungeon.
Not in these flag sits, since we already start with a candle.
And we have to use the wand a whole bunch. So
yes, we have to use the whole wand a whole bunch. Definitely not valuable. In the last tournament, there was a situation where one of the runners actually used the book and wand combo to actually access the level 8 location.
Oh, that's
which was that's a pretty big-brained move right there. But yeah, in this tournament, that is completely worthless. We just start with a candle. Ooh, Fury SK, you're gonna have to do a bunch of screen scrolls just to get through here.
Yeah, it's almost if you die and you have a handful of bombs, it's almost worth it to clear all but one of the enemies on those screens just so that you don't have to deal with it the next time.
Yeah. Now, fortunately, in this room here in level 2, this cannot be it can't be a staircase. We're not dealing with second quest logic.
Right.
So, but that's a pretty laggy room. Oh.
And with only 2 bombs, this is going to be... Hope that opens. Ooh, it did.
Yeah,
oh.
There we go. Ooh. It looked like a candle boost.
It was.
Yeah.
Very sweet candle boost.
Now, of course, this being vanilla level 2, and getting sniped by a Goma. But a lot of those walls are going to be bombable, so that looked like it was a ladder block. It might not be a ladder block.
Panzer Dave's up to 191 rupees. If he can convert that into... And now that he knows where what is that he just bought?
Good question.
I don't recognize that shape. Was that a key? No, it's an item.
That was meat. It looks like, Panzer Dave bought the meat. Well, that's good because we do have that potential bait block.
True. Well, so what we were saying before is that we're looking for that permanent weapon. So bow can be a permanent weapon, which Chest Jerk just found in the bottom of 3. So we've got the first piece of the puzzle is in 3. And let's see where he comes out of the dungeon here. Looks like in the right-hand edge, or to the right in there. So he's got a semi-permanent weapon. If he can go buy some arrows, then he just is restricted by rupees. The rest of the runners will be looking for red candle, which can be a permanent weapon, or the wand, obviously, as we have to have the wand to finish the map. Or even a boomerang, depending on how you feel about boomerangs.
Yeah, a boomerang isn't. Actually, in all words, no swords, the boomerang is actually far more valuable. It doesn't matter which one. I mean, obviously, some folk will prioritize the blue boomerang over the correct one, but the correct answer for what boomerang is the right boomerang in all boards, no swords is yes.
So, good news, Fury found the raft underneath the Armos location. Bad news, he immediately died and has to deal with more Blugurias and more Wizrobes, and then another batch of Wizrobes, and to get off of the start screen again.
Oh yeah, this is just... this is probably giving a lot of our off-screen runners some grief. But okay, well...
I am so happy that I do not have to deal with clipping that screen right now. So then we have... Alright, so Panzer Dave should probably find his bow somewhere in here. And Panzer Dave's going to be able to use it a little bit more effectively now that he's in 3, because with already having 117 rupees, he's going to be able to find one of the arrow shops and then convert that into a weapon. So he'll be trucking along pretty quickly. I think if he goes right from this screen, he'll find that.
Now check it out, Fury SK found level 9. The silvers to kill the beast lie where?
I think it said lies. It just said, the silvers to kill the beast lies, don't listen to them.
And of course, we know that this is 100% all Triforces needed, so there's not really any point in saying how many Triforce pieces you need.
Right. Yeah, so Fury's now doing like what I was saying before. He's just killing a handful of those Wizrobes on that screen, just so that he doesn't have to, so he can deal with them a little bit more cleanly. Especially if you're new into running and you're trying to pick up tips. That's one of the big ones, is that if you don't clear all the enemies on the screen, they'll stay. The number that you've killed will stay there until you finish off the job. So.
Yeah, the game actually stores, the number. Now, it also works, too, that because of the way that the game stores, enemies being killed, it doesn't store which enemy on which part of the screen. So you could, for example, kill an enemy, and, that's not difficult. And then when you come back, one of the more difficult enemies in that room will actually be changed to that enemy.
Yes, it's often right to kill like a Stalfos or maybe a Rope, because something like a Dark Nut that's also in the room will end up being the thing that the enemy that the computer thinks is now no longer needs to be spawned.
Yeah, it'll spawn the enemy on the topmost of the list, and if that enemy just happens to be an easy enemy, then it will always be the one that respawns instead of the one that was just killed. The game also... Oh, I was going to say...
Chester got past the Goma that I want to say Fury got sniped by. So we're going to see a little bit more of Dungeon 2 now.
Now, unfortunately, Dungeon 2 has 2 items on the floor, and both of them are, combat blocked, most likely. We haven't seen the lower part of the dungeon yet. But, rooms such as that one with the... with those pulse voices, that could definitely yield an item. This room here won't, because it is the dark room, and dark rooms don't have key items. But there's a compass, so we know the Triforce is next door.
Let's see, it looks like Chester might just go to check the last couple of rooms and then grab that Triforce, and hopefully he'll find a recorder to come back here for it. But let's see. Dave is finding the recorder in 1.
Oh, nice.
So our staircase in 1 yields the recorder. So now he can get back around the map as well. Especially with that bad start screen. That recorder is going to be very beneficial to him. He can just blink down to some dungeon with multiple wizrobes in your way. Like, I don't even care what dungeon I blink to. I just want anyone.
It looks like those final rooms down there are combat blocked. So yeah, it's a good thing Chess Jerk is grabbing this recorder. He will be able to, warp back afterwards.
So we've got errors for Dave. So that's our first runner with some semi-permanent combat. Let's see if he can clear out some extra spaces that the rest of the runners weren't able to. I don't know if he saw 2 yet. If he saw 2, he might go back in 2 and clear a bunch of the rooms with the Pole's Voice. Or maybe, okay, he's going back into 1 to try and clear some of the Pole's Voice out of that room instead.
Ooh, and we got ourselves some nasty danger noodles here.
Ooh, well cleared. No hits. Gets out of the room, and that should unspawn the other one.
Yep, just 5 rupees.
Yeah.
So yeah, level 1 does have a couple more floor drops that, are waiting to be found, unless we've already seen one of them.
I think we did. It looks like Dave also picked up the red ring.
Ah.
Because his avatar is a funny color there. It was like a lime green earlier, and now it's like foresty green.
There's the Triforce. I do want to point out we did see a Dodongo, and Dodongos are not good in swordless because you won't be able to stun them and slash them with your sword in order to get a guaranteed 4-bomb drop. You will have to use 2 bombs and you will not get anything in return.
Thank you to our tracker. Belletta is doing our tracking today, and they caught that red ring pickup on Panzer Dave. So he's gonna be trucking around this map trying to go as fast as possible here, whereas everybody else is still kind of looking for that weapon that'll get them a little bit more access to maybe some floor drops or some keys that are in the dungeons.
Yeah, that red ring is going to allow Panzer Dave to survive those wizrobes on the starting screens a lot better.
We've got Fury in 3, so Fury's in the wrong corner for where he needs to be, but he should, because that bow room was pretty open, he should be able to make his way over there. As long as he stays in the dungeon long enough, he should find the bow and then be a little bit more. He'll be happy about that. Multipass.
Those aren't exactly nice to see. Take any roads.
Yeah, the coast one is not fun. That one, well, the top, getting up to the northeast corner is fine, but being the northeast corner covered in wizrobes is less fine. Yeah,
a lot less fun. Now, that's still an awkward position because, again, you can't go from, the White Sword Lake to, that particular spot because of the way the Lost Hills work. Let's see, Panzer Dave here in 2.
With the combat advantage he has, he can.
We can kill this Goma.
He can even kill this Goma.
And this Goma could have something.
And it has a single heart piece, a single little heart. Thanks, Goma.
Just a little bit of love.
Oh, 133. So now we know how Panzer Dave got all the large secrets. 133.
Ooh, the silvers are on the coast.
Okay. So now we 100% need the ladder now too, so. You normally need the ladder, but every once in a while you can get it without it.
Yeah,
Not today.
The ladders are usually required, but yeah, there's no guesswork when it comes to silver arrows on the coast. So here we go, Panzer Dave being able to clear out this room full of Lionels is rewarded with the map.
So Chess Jerk, if they find... Chess Jerk has their bow, so they might... So that there's something to be said about, like, where those arrows are. You don't want to spend a lot of money because you're going to need that money to do combat later. So maybe you try to find the ladder first, but... If you're running with a regular sword, you'd probably take the risk of, like, okay, I won't need the bow, maybe... hopefully I don't have to kill a Goma, but here, that's lot more touch and go.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really hold on for that long in order to actually get the ladder without, and the arrows, of course, might just still be required, You might have an entire room full of bunnies to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's much more. There's more rooms that are required. Every one of the rooms that is just all bunnies could be the ladder itself.
Speaking of which, I do believe there is a bunny room right here on Panzer Dave's side. Yes, this could have an item.
That's an item.
That's
Heart. A lot of these. 2 has a lot of blank floors, and the blank floors, there's a lot of math that goes into. Ooh, the wand is in 2. Panzer Dave is taking taking a lead in this. He's got combat. He's got his wand. He's going to go to the coast at some point, so he'll know that.
Dave is just a ladder away from Triforce and Go mode.
Yeah. Under 20 minutes in, having your bow and your wand, that's a blessing in ABNS.
Now, of course, Panzer Dave might not know that the silver arrows are on the coast, and he might not go down there for quite a while. Some runners may jet straight for, those item locations, whereas, others, they'd be like, well, I'm going to work my way down there eventually.
Right. At some point, you will end up needing to go there, but at some point, also, you're going to, you don't just jump all the way over there because you start with the candle, so you're going to check all of your candle spots. And then
it's one of those things where it's it's most competent runners are usually pretty patient when it comes to that. It's just so that having that little extra information sooner, then you start to, because I guess when you work your way down there, you're not really digging the dungeons, diligently.
Especially with just a blue candle.
Yeah. So there's not really much of a point in knowing that, oh, hey, that's going to be required. But then I guess once you get down to the coast, then maybe when you work your way back, you'll start digging the dungeons more. So let's see now. So Side Town here is in level 5. So what did we find in 5? Just the book.
Just a book.
Just a book. Side Down, unfortunately, does not have bow and arrows to fight these pose voices. It's going to try and candle clip through here. Gets a clip. Yes, he does.
Finds a book. Runs away from book.
Don't take the book. Don't take the book. Yeah, you don't want the pamphlet.
Fury picked up his red ring. That red ring seems like it was up in the north part of 1, as he didn't have it about 30 seconds ago when I was looking. But now he's got it, and he's... as soon as he can afford arrows, unfortunately, 4 rupees is not helpful for paying for arrows.
Yeah, 4 rupees is just a few rupees too short.
I haven't seen how much arrows cost, though. Only Dave has picked them up.
Now, Chest Jerk might not even think about buying arrows. Oh, wait, I'm looking at Chest Jerk's side, but that's Fury SK with the money issues.
Yeah, Fury's down on money. Chest Jerk has the ability to buy arrows, but he's also the only person who knows what the silvers are.
Our large secret's 133 rupees.
And our medium's 29, so it's not...
Well, no, our small secret is 17, so we're definitely dealing with a big money seed here.
Yeah, at that point, you probably just fire off arrows. If it was poverty, maybe you think about it, but...
Oh, no, this is... I'd say this is definitely an LOZ-approved seed.
Or what? +7, -1, and +13. So yeah, that seems plausible. 86 for those arrows. So Chester does have his arrows now. So we got 2 runners with some permanent combat, can dig out these dungeons. Fury has his bow, but is digging through 1, and Psytown is taking a lot of time in 3, and still hasn't found those. I don't know if he just doesn't. He has a key, so it's not a key problem.
Sometimes it's just one of those, situations where it's like, I'm going to check all of these rooms, and then you miss a room because it's like, well, I'm checking all these other rooms first, and then that kind of one sort of just slips past the radar in your mind. That's what happens when you have too many choices.
You get overwhelmed, and you make one, and half an hour later you realize I should have made the other one.
Yeah, sometimes you pick a door and that door doesn't work out. That's why your attention span really needs to be sharp and on point, because otherwise you can get lost pretty easily.
So now we found 4. Dave is going to be digging through this 4 to try and find his ladder. Pretty much at this point, the only other thing he'd want to pick up is the any key, I guess. He has red.
The key would definitely be a benefit, even though he's already got about 7 keys.
And you never know how many you're going to need when you get to the Great Equalizer, so.
That's true. There's the compass. And here's a mugger. He's going to, take the heart container deficit. Here is Kay grabbing the bomb upgrade for the white sword. Or what used to be the white sword. And we've got a potential item room here. Actually, no, this is definitely the item room because this is level 4. And, okay,
that's
the
any
key
key
is here.
He'll take that. He's probably he's probably just ignoring every other item at this point except for the ladder. He doesn't really need a red candle at
the
this
Manzard
point.
also doesn't really need that many heart containers.
No. Psytown is now has his bow, and all 4 of our runners have found one of the key items.
So now Panzer Dave is just looking for the Triforce. Because we just saw a heart container on a Chevy room. Down here, we've got Fury SK back in level 2.
Fury picked the right spot to go dive. He should, once he gets his arrows firing, he should find that bow. It was not on one of the Pole's voice screens, but it was on the, if I remember correctly, it was on the Lion-O screen just north of the Pole's voice. But you gotta go all the way around these ladder clips to get there.
So not this Lionel screen, I think. Wait. Yeah, I know it was this Lionel screen. It was the one that was over in the next room. There we go, and that's the other large secret.
And now Dave has his knowledge. He's looking for that ladder. Ladder and go.
Ladder go mode and only, near almost 30 minutes.
We have helmets on, right?
A feat of strength will lead to a heart container. Okay, that's important news.
And Gliak has so one of the power. It said Gliak returns with the gosh, I never remember how these things. It said the power. It gave us a hint on the too.
Actually, no, I take that back. That's actually a useless hint because, well, actually, no, wait, because
A feat of strength blocking a heart container means we might actually need the power bracelet to get to a dungeon.
Yeah, you're right, because it wouldn't give you a hint for a take any heart container. That's
and the
right.
other hint that Dave saw was the hint for the power bracelet.
Ah. So now Dave knows he's not in go mode.
Ah, yuck. Thanks, Seed.
Just when you thought the seed was, going along really well, all of a sudden it's like, nope, curveball. The first rule of Bike Club is, hey, look, I already got the bait for you. Ha ha. All right, well, I guess
Fight Club is give me meat. I didn't know that rule.
Yeah, the first clue is the first rule of Bike Club. Not Fight Club, Bike Club.
Oh, Bike Club, obviously. Yeah, I guess meat is the best part of Bike Club.
All right, and Panzer Dave's going to find the segment.
Transport boat.
It's an interesting looking level 7 so far. We can assure you, though, that this is vanilla.
Fury's having trouble killing that one little baby Zol left, so he's just like, screw it, bomb it, get it out of here. I'm done with you, kid.
Is Fury? No, Fury's gonna go over this way. That is good to go. Good to know here. Oh, but he's not bombing the room to the north. He's gonna grab the Triforce. Where is he?
He knows that they're with the arrows, and he's got plenty of arrows. He just doesn't like. It's more. I think it's more that he just doesn't. Is trying to find a way to go to the right without using a bomb or an arrow or a key.
This is one of those things where runners can be very stubborn with their key count and go like, well, I can get around this. There's no way I'm using a key. And then they kind of don't really find a way. Or maybe they give up and they just go chasing a butterfly somewhere. There you go, get the twofer, and now he's got unlimited ammo.
Now he's running out of here. Did we see the second item in here?
The second item in 2? Actually, it's a good question. I think it was a heart container. I'm not sure.
Oh, Heart Shuffle's not on, so it's always a heart.
Oh, okay. We don't have Heart Shuffle. Oh, I guess Heart Shuffle would have been the brackets.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it. Speaking of which, here's the step ladder.
7.
I had a feeling the step ladder would be in 7.
Dave is like, yes, that step ladder. All right, now I need the power bracelet again.
You can get an arrow upgrade at least.
Yeah, that arrow upgrade it'll be like he's playing vanilla when he gets the upgrade. So we got Chest Jerk and Psytown are both digging out level 1 now. Psytown grabbing his recorder. It looks like he's got his recorder, got his red ring. He's good to get out of there. Chest Jerk just getting in here a little bit. So he's already got his Triforce, but I don't think he got the recorders missing him. So.
All right, looks like Panzer Dave is going to be screen scrolling all the way over to the Armos room here.
Yeah, this is. A little sauciness you can pull off.
Well, that's kind of an annoying raft to find.
For what he knows, he doesn't need it, so...
He's probably going to assume he doesn't need it until he starts to panic.
We've seen there was a money secret on the coast raft spot, so I don't think we've seen the lake raft yet. Here's our recorder for Chest Jerk.
4. Unfortunately, Panzer Dave getting zapped by one of those door repairs, now down to 0. That those silver arrows are not going to be particularly useful without money, so...
I've got silvers, and I can't use them.
Got silvers, and I'm broke. Okay, well, I'm less broke now.
I've got 17 shots. All right, let's make them count. I
don't believe we've seen anybody go up towards the top of the coast. You know where the money-making spot is? In the secret room?
I don't think so. We keep we went through the warp zones, but getting off the warp zone screen sucked because it was all blue reserves. So I don't think I've seen anybody jump up there yet.
Yeah, I think Panzer Dave's going to do that right now. Or he's going to go straight for the coast. Which is actually good, because if the coast is a money spot, then, you know, he'll grab some money.
Yeah, I believe this raft spot's a medium secret.
Okay, well that's going to give him an even 30 rupees. It's better than nothing.
So there's an any key pickup from Sci-Town. So Sci-Town's digging out level 4 now. He didn't get the wand out of 2, though. I think he grabbed that Triforce and ducked out. Because he went before he had the bow.
So right now, we are missing levels, we're missing level 6, 8, level 6 and 8 are the only ones left.
Yeah.
So we know one has the power bracelet, and the other one is under a power bracelet spot.
Yeah, I didn't read it fast enough, but I'm pretty sure we also got a hint that said 6 was close to start. So I'm thinking 6 is under the near power bracelet. That's what our tracker's telling us, that they guessing that 6 is the one that's PB blocked close to start, and that we have to find 8 to get the power bracelet to get to 6.
Now the question is where's 8?
That could be anywhere.
Now, barring that level 8 is not in the upper right corner of the map, that means Western Death Mountain would most likely have it.
Yeah, that's always a hard thing to check, because since we need bombs for a lot of our combat, going and throwing bombs at walls is not something that's fun to do.
Yeah, that's a big problem. It's your main attacking, but then again, Panzer does have the wand. In fact, the only one who doesn't have that wand is Sci-Town. And it's just a shop here on the island.
Raft was a dud.
When is it ever not a dud? Oh, no, wait, don't answer that.
Every time you think it should be a dud. Wait until Fred puts extra raft spots in the game, and then we'll all cry.
Oh, you know what? That's great. I can tell you right now, that's both simultaneously possible and impossible. I'm just saying I did find a way to make it so you could have a raft spot on any location. But
as with all code, once you find one cool thing, it breaks everything.
Not necessarily. You just have to know how to code properly. Here's the hint. Pushes and popping are very, very, very useful.
So Dave is checking out this northeast corner, unless the hidden spot has something, which it just has. He didn't even take the time to pick up that heart.
He's not even going to dignify that with a pickup. It's just nope. So
that's like 12 seconds, and I ain't got time for that.
So it's looking like Western Death Mountain is our play here. And that is going to be very, very, very frustrating for Panzer Dave.
Just Jerk dropping his heart to get through level 4. I believe he should find the any key after this, though, so he won't be too sad about the heart loss.
Ooh. Unfortunately, Panzer Dave getting a beating just trying to get inside the staircase here. Yeah.
So let's truck on up Death Mountain. Got here.
Fury SK gonna pay 60 rupees instead of losing the heart container. Nope, that's some money. Money that Panzer can use. To answer chat, yes, you usually do have to, complete all the levels, get all the Triforces. There have been some tournament settings in which that is not the case. There are options in the randomizer to, reduce the amount of Triforces needed. It could be like 1, it could be only 3, it could be 5. In fact, 5 was the subject of one of the tournaments called the Pentaforce tournament. The other option too is you can have a Holy Grail seed where you require an item instead of Triforces in order to reach level 9. So it could be the magic key, or it could be the wand. It could even be the book.
Don't make the book more useful than it already is. And Chestrick filling up on his money, so that's down in the lost.
There we go. Here's level purple. I mean level 8.
Level purple. All right. So in theory, one of these two staircases is going to have the power bracelet.
There we go. Guria grumbles in the forest. Thanks, game. I already knew that. By the way, we didn't know if that bait was 100% required, but it looks like the ladder is 100% required in this dungeon. Ooh. This is the grape soda dungeon.
They do.
Oh my.
These bomb holes are not cooperating with Panzer.
Yeah, I guess we're looking for a magic bomb hole here. And then we're looking kill this Aquamentus. Or just avoid him.
Yeah, he knows what he needs here. Triforce, great. Keep going.
Now, good news is the Triforce is going to stay on the ground because of those traps.
True.
As long as Panzer Dave stays in the dungeon. And this is most likely not going to be what we're looking for. It's probably the magic boomerang.
Wow, nice call.
Alright, chat, you know what to do.
Burn the witch, burn the witch. Well, is this transport? This is a transport. Alright. 2 of the staircases out of the way, 2 more to go. Fury's picking up his bow and arrow, so he's finally in combat
I'm getting a
mode.
premonition here. I say the power bracelet is in this staircase.
There it
Hey,
is.
look, I'm right.
Alright. So Panzer will be up-aing, grabbing that Triforce, getting out.
That's right, folks. You can just call the hotline to get a personalized reading from Jiggly Saint the Witch. 1-900 Jiggly Saint. $10 for the first minute. Oh wait, no, that's illegal now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I grew up in the 90s. I saw all of the hotline numbers.
Miss Cleo bringing back nostalgia.
I'm not doing a Miss Cleo impersonation.
I think we're okay with it. We're okay with you not doing one.
Yeah. I mean, I believe the 1-900 numbers are illegal now. In terms of some things, like especially the ones that were aimed at kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why we no longer have
Well, we no longer have the Nintendo. We no longer have the Nintendo hotline because we literally have game facts.
Well, that's true. All right, is this the? So that's 6. Yeah,
That's
power play 100% required. Good call by our tracker Boletta today. We just need a Triforce and a run.
Yeah, and we'll be off to Cannon Town.
Yeah, now instead of us calling a 1-900 number, the one call us. Thanks, robocallers. Ew, that is not where he wanted to see that blink and come up. Hopefully this transports him. Oh, great. Did transport.
Oh yeah, the transport a lot better here. On Death Mountain is an entrance to death. Thank you, game.
Has Dave seen 9? He may not have seen 9 because when he got out of 8, he started bombing a couple of the spots up there. And then when he saw a door repair, just decided to up A so he wouldn't lose the money. But he may still not know where 9 is.
But we did see a level 9 on Fury SK's side, so I believe it's Eastern Death Mountain. Probably either vanilla or next to vanilla.
I do remember seeing him up there. He's trying to find 8 now. I don't know if he saw that same hint that Panzer Dave did. Probably not, but he's on the right. He's on the right track. However, if he didn't see that hint, he might grab that early Triforce and duck out. So let's hope he doesn't do that. Or Dave still needed to get 5, huh? Dave never went in 5?
Yeah, I guess Dave never really. Well, Dave was ladder blocked out of 5, wasn't he? Or he thought he was?
He thought he was, okay. Name that tune. I don't know. I do not know very many of these tunes. Do 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 do.
Yeah. I don't have my volume up high enough to hear it really well.
Link to the Past dungeon music. That's what Elharm is saying. So
is it do 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 do, or is it do 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 do?
It was the second one.
Okay, the Dark World theme.
Yep, Dark World dungeon theme.
That's right. Come for the Zelda 1 randomizer. Stay for the ALTTP karaoke.
Ooh.
If you don't know the classic 2 Shrimps and a Cocktail by now, then what are you doing? You don't know 2 Shrimps and a Cocktail, do you?
No, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Somewhere, Jam Evil is hanging his head in shame.
I'm sorry, Jam. All right. Now we're in Find 9 and Go mode, since we dug out 5. So... Chester grabbing that meat. That's going to put him down to 6 rupees. That's not a fun spot to be at.
But as far as we're concerned, though, it was required.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Like,
yeah,
he looked at it and said, he even looked at the bombs right next to his, like, yeah, I guess I'll buy this meat.
Oh, Fury SK finding his favorite boomerang.
Let's see. Yeah, Dave is still... Yeah, Dave definitely doesn't know exactly where 9 is, because he's bombing a couple locations we've already seen. Now now he's going up to Eastern Death Mountain. Now he's going up to Spectre. So
yes, I do agree. That is extraordinary restraint on Fury SK's side. He must really feel like he's behind.
He is. It is very good for him that he is digging this out and looking for that. I don't know how well his overworld dungeon went, but he may actually know he's kind of blocked up. He did definitely check some of the
There we
raft
go.
spots.
Last location is 9. So what are we listening for here in level 9?
We are looking for and a door. The roar is going to be the sound of an enemy coming from a separate room. That'll tell us that Ganon is somewhere adjacent to the room we're in. The door is going to be a shutter door that does not open when we clear all the enemies in the room, or if we've already killed the pig, it'll be a shutter door that opens despite there being enemies in it.
Yeah, and just to make it clear, it has to be the single shutter door in the room. There cannot be others ones. And oh, that's right, we're dealing with vanilla shapes, so there's going to be dark rooms in level 9. Silvers lie elsewhere. We know that. Thank you.
They actually just lied on the coast. Like, they just took a nap there for a while.
Well, yeah.
We're also going to be dealing with, like, about 8 staircases, so hopefully we can hear some noises before those... Oh, compass! Okay, so we know where Zelda is now. Bottom
we
left
gotta,
corner
hit for Zelda. It's, like, literally in the second room. Now, this isn't where Zelda is located, is it, or...?
No, he's blinking in A1, so he's bottom left corner for Zelda. He's got to find... that is not... You do not want to fight Patras right now.
Patras are no fun.
And he got locked in the room, too. He also only has 1 bomb, so that's going to make things really rough. That's why he skipped this room of dark nuts. He's like, I can't bomb them quickly,
And those are the dark nuts that don't drop bombs regularly, so...
Yeah. He's actually... Is he leaving to go get bombs?
Yeah, he's leaving. He's gonna... Well, I mean, that's really good. There's some red gorillas on the screen, so that's really useful. Because they are, of course, in the bomb-dropping group.
So he can leave and keep respawning these gorillas to try and just build up a count, get to the farm. He does have 1 bomb.
He does need to watch his money, though.
So should kill 1 of these and then go bomb the rest, looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, we got bombed while he was dropping it.
Oh, no.
Back to start. Gonna have to farm them the old-fashioned way. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There's some bombs, and there's another pack of bombs, so that's convenient for him.
Oh, that bomb farming tears your gut out when you're like, I think I could be first. I think I could be first. You just start farming bombs and can't get them.
Yeah. So, I mean, the gorilla screen, that's not so bad, but there's other ones that are just even worse. It's even more heart-wrenching, too, if you're trying to, like, get one off a boss. Here we go. Got a noodle room here. Take down the noodles, and
now we're up to 10 bombs. Chest Jerk. Now, Chest Jerk has his power bracelet as well. So Chest Jerk's gaining on Fury back here. Chest Jerk was a lot later than Fury getting that bow, but he's caught right up to him. They're both looking for that 6. Fury's looking for something else, though. Fury still has a couple of dungeons I don't think he's been in. I think he's still missing.
Fury didn't get the information about the power bracelet block 6, did he?
I don't think he got it for 6, but he started to open up this location, so he's just digging out everything.
So he's probably going to check this one. He's going to check the one in the desert. Then he'll probably make his way down and check the one near start, unless he decides to get a little bit greedy and go for the grave.
He probably checks the ferry one from here, right?
Yeah, that's the desert one.
Oh, that counts as a desert.
That actually does count as the desert, yes.
Church has 1, 2. Where is that thing?
There's so many staircases. Panzer are electing not to go in any of the staircases, instead try to keep bombing. There's the slower noodles. When's he going to think about going in? Maybe I'll pop in this one here. And, yep, just another staircase.
Oh, I hear something.
Yes, it's a pig, I believe. No,
Nope, that's a troll.
Oh. Piggy loves trolling here.
All right, there we go.
There's a pig.
That should do it. Boop. And we're already on the left side, so this could be very fast for Dave.
So it's going to take 8 hits with the magic wand.
Oh.
Oh.
Let's get that stun lock.
Come on, do it. It's harder to get a stun lock. The timing's different on this stun lock when you're using the wand.
There we go.
There we go. We've got ourselves some bacon. Now we just need to rush down to where the princess is located.
He's pretty close to it. He's in the right file. Or right row, column, whatever. He's close. Words, yes. But he's out of bombs again.
Should be able to actually make overway to. Should be able to make way to the princess over from this direction. There we go. Chest jerk finding level 6.
Yeah, chest jerk's in 6. Saiton's back in 2. I think Saiton has finally figured out that the wand, the floor drop that he missed in 2 is important. And so he's gonna dig this out. He'll find that wand. Be a little bit disappointed in himself that he wasn't able to pull this out earlier, but it wasn't an easy room to kill. Lionos are not something you want to fight with, like, it's almost impossible with just a red candle. Even with the bow, if you're short money, it's very rough.
Yeah.
So he's decided that I think that should do it. That's a shutter door. That's a down.
Yep, that opens up.
And Panzer Dave first on the restream. Panzer Dave gets sniped by 2 seconds by Random Effect. Random Effect coming in at 56.22 for first. Panzer Dave 56.24.
Whew. The bombs cost me, you know, but what can you do?
Yeah, that was farming those bombs cost us. Thank you for joining us, Dave. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Like, that started really rough.
So
first 3 screens were just awful.
Ugly Wizrobes, of course.
Yeah, so blue Wizrobes, red Wizrobes, and then the next screen was all red. And other than that, I got really lucky.
So you were the first person to find that bow, and that's really where your race turns around. You're able to get some permanent combat. When you got that bow, where were you thinking of going to next?
Bow was in...
Bow was 3.
3? Honestly, I knew 1 was Dead Woods, and that was my next stop. And then I also, I think 1 had the hint. I found a hint for 2 as well, and I knew I needed to get the item out of 2. 2 was Lake, so I either needed a raft or a whistle. Which, you know, I mean, it just really all came together once you got out of the upper right. The hints were extremely good.
Yeah, your hints really saved you a lot of time there. I feel like, especially the hint about the power bracelet being needed.
Man, anytime I see a feat of strength and I've already pushed the grave, I just die a little on the inside.
But then right next to it, you find out it tells you exactly where the power bracelet was. Like, well, I guess I'll just keep digging that out anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you have to at that point because, hey, guess what? 6 is near start. I haven't pushed the start block. We know where 6 is. Just got to find 8. And then I ran across 8 in Death Mountain and then got very fortunate that, on Death Mountain is an entrance to death. So that saved me from bouncing to a couple push spots. The push in Forest, Grave, and Lost Hills.
Yeah.
The only thing that wasn't required was the raft.
And of course, they give you the raft super easy, so you check them anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if meat was required. Probably not, but it saved a lot of time. Man, that ladder in 7. Oh.
Jiggly, have we figured out if the bait was required? I think 3 of our runners have bought bait.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually seen around that particular area in order to really get an idea of what it is.
I know southwest of the bait block I came out of the staircase on, but I don't remember if you can get around the bait or not. It's an interesting spot. It's almost vanilla. That was very, very weird.
And then 7 being as required to get to everything else was... That's the other thing. Once you cleared out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're like, great, now the hints tell me what's at 8, add what's in 6, and I still need this ladder.
And it's like, well, I can go try to find 8 and 50-50 it, or I was like, or 7 could have it, and I was like, what's my luck? I was like, I rolled this, it's 7.
Now, did you roll it?
I did.
He did?
Well, I think you must be losing your touch then.
I mean, that start screen's awful if you can't screen scroll.
Yeah. I probably would have given up after like maybe 5 minutes.
Like, the only upside is once you escape and you get to 1, the red ring's at 1.
So it looks like Fury just picked up his his Triforce out of 3, and he's whistling around. He's on his way to 9 now.
About to say his 3rd Triforce. I didn't think I did that bad.
No, his Triforce out of 3.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like he knows where he's going because he whistled straight to head up to Death Mountain. Basically, he's just following vanilla route now.
I mean, yeah, that's all the whistle. The vanilla, it moved 1 spot over. It's like, good job, 9.
Great. I don't have to go through the extra screen this.
No, this was a lot of fun. It was nice to see all boards, no swords, and
All right, there's Cheshire finally finding his ladder.
Oh no!
He already has the power bracelet, so he got that before he took the chance to dig out 8 instead of 7.
That'll do it. Overall, it could have been worse, I guess. But like, as you can see by everybody else, and their finishing times and where they are, this went wrong fast.
Yeah, and it became a dig very quickly. It just the idea of like we're another 6 minutes after you finished it. It's still just you and Random who have closed up. Saitown just now picking up that power bracelet, so he'll have access to 6 soon, but he's still missing the ladder, and...
I mean, he's probably... Like, by this point, I'm pretty sure most people know where the ladder is. You've hit that point, I think, where in the scene it's like, well, I don't have a lot of options left.
Right.
This was fun. It was a nice throwback. There's a reason why I wanted to play these flags tonight is because I enjoy them. It's one of those things where it's like, it's fun for me to do this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you know exactly what to do, you come in prepared.
Yeah, and I've been playing swordless for so long that it's second nature. Yeah. It really is.
It makes it a lot harder to go back to swords.
Yeah, like even my motto is, swords for 2020, and I was just like, I don't miss the button.
Playing this game like you're using a Master System controller.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we've got Fury. Fury is now into the pig's room. Looks like he found a different route, though. He came in from the bottom. So,
Well, if I had bombs.
Well, getting the stun lock in there. One more shot. Fury has some bacon.
Also, was I the only person that had like 6 hearts? I feel like every time I find Red Ring early, I'm just like, nah, screw it, I don't need a heart.
We were commenting on the fact you found the location secret and just 100% noped it. You're like, this is not worth my 10 seconds to go pick it up. It's right in front of me.
And it's also, you know, how much I was up Aing and then the refill times and, you know, I just don't need it. Like, it's one of those things where, you know, with Red Ring, I just don't need it.
Look at this. Fury found a better way to get the, the princess.
Well, you know, bombs.
Oh, yeah,
right,
that's
bombs.
right.
I had to clear the Darknet room.
I guess it helps if you have bombs.
Yeah.
Gotta have bombs.
We have Fury. We have Thirwolf finishing in 3rd place at 102.51. Old Man Fred finishing up at 103.41. Captain Green at 103.56. And then Fury sneaking in at 104.26. So Fury coming in 6th place on the full race, but 2nd place on stream. Let's see if we can get Fury in here as well.
Just so I can be like, this was a lot of fun. Like I said, it quickly went bad if you didn't like find 1, 2, or 3 first, where you're just like, I can get a wand or a red ring out of it. And it's just like, oh, that went bad.
Let's get. So we have Chest Jerk. Chest Jerk is now entered 9. So Chest Jerk is the Sci-Town's the only person who is still missing something. It seems he's back in 7 looking for that ladder.
Yeah, now he knows the ladder's in 7.
Yeah, it's just one of those seeds where, you know, things went wrong. Things snowballed wrong fast.
So I just looked at Chest Jerk. Chest Jerk is actually like up 1 room, take a ladder, bomb north 2 rooms, pig, go right 1, and get the princess. So this was like a 10-room 9 if you had bombs.
Mm-hmm. you saw me blow all my bombs on dead walls.
We both shed a tear when you bombed that 10th Guerrilla, and then one of them decided to boomerang you in the back at the last second.
I was mad.
Oh, and the room south of Ganon also provided you bombs, just in case you didn't have any.
Ah, awful. Hi, Fury.
I call foul.
Right. I ran out of bombs and had to go farm bombs outside.
But this is something that you roll on your own to yourself on a daily basis, so you get a free run at it just about every day. The rest of us have to just come in here and learn how to do your flags on the fly.
Suffer my hug! Like I was telling them, you know, if you picked wrong or if you didn't get to 1 or 2 fast, this went south fast. You know?
Speaking of south fast, I think CJ just went south pretty fast to Zelda.
I will talk about my 9. My 9 was garbage tier because of the bombs. But GG, I'm gonna hop out of here. Thanks again. Thanks for having me. Yay.
Yeah, congrats, Fury. Well raced. Or congrats, Panzer, thank you, Panzer, for coming in and joining us. So,
Arrivederci.
Oh yeah. So Fury, how did that feel when you went south one screen and you saw Wizrobes?
First, you see boomerangs when you go south. That's not really that fun on its own. And then you go left a couple times and you realize it's pretty much auto screen wrap or you're dead.
Yeah, I think I would have cried a little bit as soon as I saw those Wizrobes. So but all of our runners on the restream navigated those screens really well. You had, if I remember correctly, it took you a lot longer than a couple of the other racers to find that bow. You converted that very quickly after you picked up the Big D, so.
Yeah. The biggest regret was running out of bombs, I guess, I guess I bombed right north of 1, Vanilla 1, which ended up being level 2, and that loss of a bomb meant I couldn't go into open rooms below that, which is, I guess, where the wand ended up being, though you had to kill the red Lionels with something or other.
Yep. Yeah, it was the red Lionels in the top right corner of 2 that had the wand, and then from there, I didn't get to see, did you check any of the hints?
I bought 2 hints on my way to level 7, looking for level 6. But I got that information shortly thereafter, I think. Level 7, so...
Yeah.
Was bait bombable? Could you get around that bait block, or did you have to buy bait? I couldn't even pay attention to that, I was going so...
Dave, you, and Chess Jerk all bought bait. I haven't seen it off of Sci-Town yet, though, so it's possible that he found a way to get around it, because he does have his ladder, and he's just picking up his Triforce in 3. He just left it there after, because you needed the ladder to get over to it. So he's the only person who might not have bought bait, but it seemed like it was pretty close to required. It was very vanilla-y feeling bait block there.
Yeah, CJ may know more than I did. I found the staircase and took it, and it led me to a room I couldn't bomb south in, but I couldn't really figure out if that room was far enough down to be out of the way or not, and whether or not you could bomb up and get around to
right.
the block room itself.
Well, let's ask CJ. Hello, Chess Jerk. How was your race today?
Ladder, please.
Ladder, please.
That's all you need to know. I can answer the question. The bait was 100% required.
Oh, yeah.
Could not bomb around it. I tried. Despite buying the bait. After buying the bait, I tried to bomb around it anyway.
But that is...
Just to confirm.
We did see you walk into a bait room, and you had it into a shop, and you had enough for bait or bombs, and you looked at those bombs, you're like, I guess I'll pay for meat.
I depended on my luck of the draw for getting bomb drops, and I succeeded kind of. Just enough. Because we know I can't count to 10. But yeah, last location in the ladder. That's rough. But what can you do?
Well, as Dave said, he rolled the seed. You should have known.
I should have known. I really should have. That was my fault. He did bless it. I can fill in the rest of the tracker if you would like, because I found everything else.
Did you find the red candle?
Well, it's got to be in level 9. It's the only place it can be.
Oh, of course.
Level
yeah,
9 has to be Candle and Lord Banana. And the other card container was in level 7. I'm sorry, not level 7. It was in level 6. Sorry. I found that too.
Yeah, you were actually Fury and Dave were pretty close. Dave was about maybe 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes ahead of Fury. But Dave found the ladder, went to 7 for the ladder instead of digging out 8 first. And also, Dave picked up, there's 2 hints that were in the south end of the map near the coast. The 2 hints in that room, one of them said that the power bracelet was required, and then the second one told you the power bracelet was. So he knew that 7 was a much higher chance for the ladder, and only had to go into each of those dungeons once and didn't have to dig out as much.
Yeah, I don't think if I had known that, I would have saved much time. I guess I would have dug... when I was in 7 the first time, I didn't have bait, so I would have had to go back with bait anyway. So that I don't think knowing that would have saved me any time because 8 was all the way on the other side of the map. So
Yeah.
and
Tom
I
was lucky.
didn't spend time in 8 really. I mean, I got lucky in 8. I got lucky in 1. I really didn't dig either of those dungeons and found everything. I lucked into the wand in 2 somehow without anything else. I don't know how I did that. That was impressive, I think. And
I
I
got
had bow
lucky.
and arrows early. So
Yeah, I got lucky to find 8 way up in Death Mountain before I ended up going to 7 or 6, and then I got the hint in 7 that said 6 was close to start with only the power bracelet spot left in your start. So at that point, I was kind of hopeful that I might finish in the top 2 or 3, but then people started rolling in just as I was getting close to 9.
yeah, I mean, I didn't get the ladder until an hour, so I knew I wasn't going anywhere fast.
Yeah, so we've got Fury finished in 6th at 104. Chest Jerk came in right behind him at 107 in 7th place. Alsoa is in 8th and Shaddy in 9th. So
Yeah, I
And-
just want to have a shout out for Sighttown for that really good Ganon Stunlock.
yeah, we can't use his audio right now, but he's navigating this 9 just as well as the 3 of you did. Only Panzer Dave had a bad 9 navigation. The rest of you all were like, yep, let's just make this 10 rooms and get out of here.
How about my 0 deaths? How about that? Given where we started, that's my most impressive feat, I think.
That is impressive.
And without screen scrolling past the god awful Wizrobes at the start.
We actually we were talking about how you cleared off a couple of the Wizrobes on screens just to make it easier for you to screens. And we were talking about how, if you're getting into the racing scene, that's one of the things you can do is just empty off some of the enemies on a screen to go get the other enemies and to make it easier to navigate the rest of them. So
Yeah, absolutely.
And Psytown has finally hit his finished button, coming in 10th place. Not that bad, with a finish of 115.25. So did Chess Fury, did you two play in the All Boards No Swords tournament when we had that last year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what about playing All Boards No Swords? Like, are there any kind of like overlying strategies for people who maybe, they've done some randomizers, they understand the format, but like how do you think differently when you're doing something without a sword?
If you want to get into it, first off, don't let Dave roll your seed, because that's probably going to pretty poorly. But no, these flag sets that we had, I think, in the Swiss rounds were somewhat tame because you could obtain the bomb upgrade on the overworld 9 times out of 10 it wasn't blocked. That kind of gave you the easy 10 bombs. And really, I think the big thing is learning how to kind of save yourself into resources so that you can back out and retry and get right back to where your resources were. I think that's the one big difference that I have for swordless versus regular.
So do you do a lot more saving instead of hitting like continue?
Yeah, I save, and then if you go ahead and hard reset the console or whatever you use, it'll put you back into a bomb count situation, which is why you probably saw me a lot of times go ahead and reset after I took a bop or dropped a bomb on a Wizrobe and got nothing off of it. Just trying to get yourself into good resources onto whatever your last save is kind of important to being able to progress until you get the one.
Yeah, that's a really good advice, especially if you see, we didn't have it this time, but when you see Wizrobes in the dungeons, since you really only have bombs to like hitting, you see those Wizrobes, you hit save at the dungeon door, and then you at least have a reset point where you have everything you came in with. So it looks like it's just going to be us for the rest of the night. Thank you two for being on the restream, and also thank you to Jiggly Saint and to our tracker Belletta. So make sure you give all of them all of our racers today, Panzer Dave, Chess Jerk, Fury SK, and Zytown, a follow. All of them provide great content, racing a bunch of different games. So check out their streams when they're live and keep up to date in the Zelda 1 community at our Discord channel as well. Anything else you guys have for us today?
Dave blessed it. That's all.
That'll be good.
But yeah, thank you for the commentary and everything. Can't wait to watch it back and listen to how good I did in dodging death and how bad I did in finding the ladder.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you. You have to hear my irritating voice.
I've commentated with you so many times. It's okay.
Everybody's gotten used to my voice like some sort of Stockholm syndrome.
I don't know if I put it that way, but hey, it's okay.
I'll agree to it.
I'll put up.
I think
I
we
don't know what's
had.
wrong with this community.
Wow.
No, it's a wonderful community.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. And we will see you all later this week. Probably when's the next time we have a Zelda? Is it just the next one next Sunday? Do we have a format for that yet?
Nope, but whatever it is, I'm sure Magic Friends will sign up for it.
Yeah, we will discuss the evil flags in the channel for next Sunday. So we'll see which forerunners we're going to torture.
Sprite shuffle. Excuse me.
Sorry, Blackout. What?
No.
Hey, wait! This is what it looks like when you're done streaming, you're done racing, and you actually hit done, and you get to come into the end room. I haven't seen this in a. Because every time I get restreamed, I'm like, I'm just gonna have to go in every dungeon twice, and it's gonna be about 2 hours.
If you 100% the steed, you find everything.
That's true. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.